OMG. I've been talking this whole time on mute. You guys are just letting me know. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I just went through this whole thing and I've been on mute. That stinks. I wish you guys would have let me know sooner. I'm so sorry about that, everyone. So, oh man, we might either have to do this again. I'm just going to quickly go over the papers and then I'll have to tell people that I was muted again. Oh, man. Well, all right. So, the first paper that I showed was how to write a high school exemption. And so what you'll want to do is you could just take this top part, or you could leave this religion state, that's definition of religion. I just put a couple broad statements up there. Belinda, if you don't mind too, when we're done with this and the video uploads to Rumble, if you could put in the chat, the description for me, like when I was accidentally muted again. So sorry guys, I can't believe I did that again. And then if you could just put in there like the time that I start speaking, it'll be this time. So sorry guys. So I'll quickly go over this. I want to kind of maybe leave the video up, or I might edit it. We'll see what I'm able to do. But at least people can see the forms that we were going through earlier. So right now, this will be what you do for Nevada, and you could do this for any state that they accept religious exemptions. You would just look up the state law and write on this here. You could write Nevada, but put your state, whatever state it is, Florida, religious exemption from immunization form. And you could even use these religion definitions if you wanted. I use them. This form got accepted. A strong natural belief, power or powers that control human destiny. Religion's a set of rituals, beliefs, and rules based on specific philosophy. They don't ask you any questions about your religion, so it's none of their business. And then I put the high school that I submitted this to, and then in Nevada there was specific law against religious exemptions for public school, private school, and recipients of public assistance. And I didn't know what they were gonna try to question me. It was my first time doing this. So I just put all of those laws in there to be ready for if they ask me any questions, I could just have other laws ready. But really, I only needed the first public school, or if she was in private school, I would have used the private school. And so I used the public school law, which is NRS 392437 here in Nevada, immunization of pupils, exemption is prohibited by religious belief. A public school shall not refuse to enroll a child as pupil because a child has not been immunized pursuant to NRS 392435 if the parent or guardian of the child has submitted to the Board of Trustees of the school district or the governing body of a charter school in which a child has been accepted for enrollment a written statement indicating that their religious belief prohibits immunization of such child or ward. So I used that state law, and then I put my personal statement, which is my daughter was under the age of 18 at this time, so we had to, I had to make the statement for her as her legal guardian, her mother. I, Gloria, respectively submitted this written statement that my genuine and sincere religious beliefs prohibit me from vaccinating, immunizing my child from any and all immunizations. And then my child's name, born, her birth date there. And then I put our religious beliefs, however, allow us to accept medical assistance to an emergency arises. That's if you want to or not. You don't have to put that statement there. I probably now more knowledge, I'd leave that out. But sincerely, I put a place there. I made this paper look real formal, like it came, from a paralegal. And then so put your parent signature, print parent name, date. And then so I did that. I did this with the notary. And then I looked up my Nevada state notary and I put this statement before me. I understand authority on the day personally appeared, that date, and being by me first duly sworn, did state under oath the following: my name is Gloria Sharlein. I am over the age of 18, fully competent and authorized to make this affidavit based on my personal knowledge. Subscribed and sworn on me by the said affidavit this day of what, and I can't remember what this was, a few years ago now. And then the notary public, and I filled that out. I signed it with them. They stamped it. I gave it to the high school, and they didn't ask me any questions. They accepted it. They never asked about immunizations ever again. It's beautiful. It's very simple, very nice. The school is very nice to me. It's the city and county and state and universities that give you the hardest time. And so when she went to university, they tried to then say that she needed more shots to be in the university. So I did the same thing, except in Nevada, they have university law. And so you have to look up the university law. And I tried to hand in my own personal statement, make a personal statement myself. Let's show you what that looks like real quick. Here's the first page of our oh no, wait, that's the page. Here's the first page of the personal statement for the university. And I left the same top on there. And then I just put to the university now. And then I put the university law, NAC 441A.755, and I just left all the law there I found in the for the university in the law books. I mean, and you could look for the law online. And so then I just put all of, just copy and paste all of it. It ended up being a couple pages. So here's that second page to the university personal statement for the state of Nevada. The university student, and then it just goes through some personal statements, but and it's just saying like the university shall, they shall not exclude her based on immunizations, based on our religion and such statements. And then again, I put our personal statement and I included the state of Nevada, county or county. And then this time, because she's over the age of 18, they won't allow me to do any of this for her. My daughter had to do it herself. And so I had to help her through that. I made her these papers, but she had to take this to the notary and like sit there and yes, I swear by. So she had to write there Nevada and our county and her name, being first duly sworn, state upon personal knowledge and under penalty of perjury as follows. I respectfully submit this written statement that my genuine and sincere religious beliefs prohibit me from vaccinating, immunizing myself from any and all immunizations. And the date, her applicant signature again, and the notary there. And so I went to submit those papers to the university, and they came back and said, you have to fill out the state Nevada university paperwork, which I don't like because they make you sign statements that are lies. And so I'll show you that here in a sec too. And that's why I started making my own to begin with, because the ones like I handed out this weekend, because I didn't want to get in trouble too, I printed out the ones from our state website, and that's what I handed out, because I don't want to get in trouble for making my own for people that I, oh, this lady did her statement. And no, I printed out what was legit for the on state, so I don't get in trouble. This is what I handed out to people, but I make my own when I submit, because all you need is law. You don't need all of the nonsense that the university and the public schools make you sign on their state website. That's not what you need to get these done. it's the law that makes it be able to get these done. Well, the university said, no, we're not accepting your personal statement. You need to fill out the university vaccination one. So we did. We filled out the university vaccination one. And that is this one. And again, she's over the age of 18, so they wouldn't allow me to do it. She had to go in there and do that in front of them. And so she put all of the every single vaccine that they're trying to tell her that she needs. And this is where we don't agree with these statements, but to fight the battle today for her not to get the shots, then fine. We will sign your statements, and I will continue to battle you how these statements are lies. And I do. I stand in board meetings when we're allowed to, like when this comes up, I go and I say how this is lies. I'll bring research, and then hopefully these statements won't be there very much longer. And that's what we all have to do. We have to get into the state meetings, into the university meetings, and say, like, this is not right, because of this, and show the research. So then we submitted, though, because they wouldn't accept her personal statement. Then on here, they had this little they make you write your personal statement. Receiving a COVID-19 vaccine series will violate my sincerely held religious beliefs as follows. So she wrote, I respectfully submit this written statement that my genuine and sincere religious beliefs prohibit me from vaccination, immunization of myself from any and all immunizations, see attached. And then we put her personal statement that's notarized with this paper, handed it to them. And then they came back and said, you know what? Looking at her past records, because we used to get vaccinated, we didn't know any better. We didn't know that these forms existed either. They said, oh, looking at her past records, it's okay. She doesn't need any more. We don't need to accept this paperwork. And I was just like, in my head, just take it as a battle win. And, my daughter doesn't have to get vaccinated. That's why we're here. But also in my head, how does it make sense that you're saying that she doesn't need to be vaccinated, but we just went through this whole thing because you said she need to be vaccinated. You're telling me that she's unsafe and everybody around her is going to be unsafe if she's not vaccinated. But now it's okay that she's not vaccinated, but these students need to be vaccinated. None of it makes any sense. And that's how it's all lies. Because if it made sense, then it would make sense. And, but none of it makes sense. The vaccines aren't what's preventing. If everybody looks in your own personal life and analyze, and let me know in the chat if you guys notice this, but I notice in my family, the ones that still took COVID shots were the ones that were getting COVID all the time. It seemed like at least twice a year. And maybe that makes sense because how many vaccines do they take every year? I didn't get COVID till after I got vaccinated, and I was like one of the last ones in my family to get the shot. And I didn't get COVID until like 6 months after the shot. And I didn't get COVID the whole time years before that. And, I was not like I was just in my room or in my house. I went out still and stuff. I had to do all the grocery shopping. I was out. I didn't get COVID till after I was vaccinated. And nowadays, like most of the people that I'm hanging out with, Healing for the Ages and Sustain Me conferences and Red Pill events, everybody that is learning on how to detox and regenerate and living a detoxing, regenerating lifestyle, like we're not really getting sick anymore. And so I see the people that I'm going to conferences with getting healthier and healthier every year as well. And so I know I'm in good company. I'm in the right place. And it makes no logical sense because we're the ones not getting vaccinated and we're not getting sick. So anybody telling me and you look at the ingredients in the vaccines, it's not meant for COVID, obviously. cow marrow and rat brains and all this nonsense, venoms and everything else in it. Watch the environmental parts 1 through 3 videos that I just did. We went through a bunch of ingredients and all kinds of environmental factors that and exposures that we have to detox out. So starting with, no more vaccines. Me and my family, no more vaccines of any kind. I don't even want a pain shot. I don't want anything with a needle, because at the very least, if you take any kind of needle for anything, at the very least, you have to detox out aluminum. Every time you get pricked by any kind of needle, you're getting a dose of aluminum into the body, which isn't good. Everything that you do is probably exposure. Is the exposure good or is it bad? If it's bad, you're going to have to detox. And if it's good, then it's going to help you detox. And so you're constantly playing this battle every day. And that's just what we do. So I got to start being a boxer and just stay on the toes there. And, that's how I've been feeling lately. Just like I'm on this plan, but oh no, something happens. Got to do this. Now I'm like on my 4th podcast this week and I only make one a week, but it's okay because things need to be done. And I'm so glad I could go through these forms with you guys. I'm so sorry the audio kind of like, I didn't realize I was muted there. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad, Belinda, that you came in and let me know. And SWS3, thank you so much for letting me know before I close this thing up. So at least we can get this important knowledge to everybody, because there was a lot of people that were asking. And I'm so grateful to you guys for showing me so much love too on Facebook and on X and all my posts. And it's just such a blessing and such great news to see that, there were a lot of people in the community wanting vaccine religious exemptions. And so that's a fun thing to start doing, in your area. If you hear, I just randomly got a text message, which means I'm on a list for vaccines. And so I just randomly got a text. Vaccines are happening at the high school. It's a family health festival to give school supplies for free and vaccines for free. And I'm like, man, no. And like, I just printed out a bunch of religious exemptions. I didn't know how it was going to go, but it was a miracle. And it went so well. We had about 75 of them. So it's so awesome. So you could try it, do it in your area. Definitely let me know how it goes. I'll help share your work. We'll get you on the podcast, share with all of us. And all of us keep sharing each other's work and supporting one another. And that's how we also make our future better for all of us too. So I will... this Sunday too, we're not going to have our normal podcast on Sunday, but I'll set up a link and I'm going to try to get the homeopathy nurses on here and to do a podcast with me before we start our homeopathy session. I'm so excited. On August 11th, you guys could join too with me and learn more. Learn, even if it's your first time learning, or if you want to learn more and get touched up, you can join us with homeopathy and Nurse Nicole and her group of nurses on August 11th. The link is in the description of this video. Come to Rumble if you're not seeing the links or the descriptions all the way. Everything is always housed on Rumble at Gloria, free for all with the number 4. And I would love if we all did a homeopathy course together. That would be just so much fun. And I'm so excited to add it to my tools in my toolbox. And of course, it'll give me the opportunity to also share with you guys and help more others better and more. And so I'm grateful to the nurses to bring that for our community and allowing me to do that too. So really awesome stuff coming up. I'm working on some other great interviews. We're working on some back-end projects that we're wanting to fully get together to have the podcast. So I'll keep working on that with exciting people like the Relax Sauna and the Goldbacks, Mark Rennan, Nurse Nicole and her homeopathy team. Michelle and Snoot Spray. These are also people that I'm talking to, and we'll hopefully get a schedule and get them on soon. So very excited, everybody. Stay tuned in, and don't forget to use my links. When you use my links in my shop, you help support your health, wealth, and while keeping my broadcast free and independent. And I am just so grateful for everybody. You can scan that QR code right now to view my link tree on your phone, and it will take you to my shop. And you can see here, I even started, we have monthly grouping coaching with me. You could do private coaching with me. You could do coaching with me with Jonathan and Health Secret Team and have access to all of the Health Secret information, docuseries, PDFs, research, and more. And then also my Red Pill Expo links, a list of links there like RedLife and Masterpiece and all kinds of greatness. You could even be an ambassador with some of my links. You could be an ambassador with me in DeoxyCare and Snoot Spray, or Cardio Miracle. Well Alive, RedLife, Snoot Spray. You can use Gloria 5 for a coupon code with DeoxyCare and get yourself a discount. Dr. Group and Global Healing products. We all love Dr. Group's products. I'm even loving this shaker bottle. And his protein is back in. So if everybody was waiting for protein, it's back in. You can come to my link tree, hit this global healing, and then click there to pure protein, and it will take you off right to protein, Dr. Group's protein. And right now, Earth Harmony is out of methylene blue, but keep an eye out clicking this link here. And as soon as it's back in, you'll see it. Right now, it's saying page not available because they're out of stock. And you know what? Last week I started on Sunday's podcast. It was there, and then by the time I actually went to podcast, it was gone. So his methylene blue is selling fast. So make sure you keep an eye on it and get it. And always come to my link tree, click on Dr. Group's methylene blue there, and help support me as well. And then we have so many wonderful free homeopathy nurses. They have a free podcast you could sign up for. The Foundations of Practical Homeopathy is the course. That costs a little bit of money to join us. And then they have a monthly membership. Right now you can get it for a sale 2 more days at $17.76 for celebrating the month of freedom. And just there's some other homeopathy. You could download this Break Free from Antibiotics guide and a mom's guide to homeopathy mindset for infections. And it's a PDF that you can also download for your fridge. And here's another PDF you could download on your fridge, a drugstore guide. Anything that you would find in the drugstore, there's a homeopathy version. So this will help you navigate that too. So you could download all of these. Come click here to join me in homeopathy August 11th. And those links are also in the description of this video as well. And then here you could use coupon code Gloria to get a discount at Dr. Ely's courses, or Healing for the Ages online ticket. To get a discount for the in-person ticket to Healing for the Ages, you have to be a family member to the Ages VIP monthly family member. Then you get a discount to in-person. And then if you're doing online sale and an online ticket to join us at Healing for the Ages, you can use discount code Gloria. And that'll get you a discount code with healingfortheages.com and Dr. Ely's store. There's more Cardio Miracle, Masterpiece, and Moon Made Botanicals. Such a great line for women and men products. All 100% natural and healthy. Beautiful stuff if you're looking for all natural products. The Power of Elderberries. What a beautiful syrup and elderberry gummy. All pure. I could tell you, when you have elderberry gummies, you'll never buy fake gummies again, because you'll see what a real gummy is supposed to look like and taste. I mean, you know the difference now. It's like, wow, that's what a real gummy is supposed to be like. And then you never want to have those toxic gummies ever again. If you want to be certified with Dr. Group, here's discount and ways to get certifications with Dr. Group. Dr. Group also has an organic hemp extract. And so we've been, everybody's learning more on hemp and such, and the money school there, coconut water. All of these things are great and will help you. And so you could click there on view on my mobile and go to the Linktree link in the description of this video to support your health, wealth, and keeping me free and independent. I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything you're doing out there to help me, help yourselves. Because really when you're healthy, then you're stronger, and then I'm stronger too, because we're all stronger together. And so that's why I just try to help as many people as possible stay healthy and be able to get their health back, or even just be able to learn ways to regenerate and, ways not to get sick anymore and such. Just beautiful things all the way around. So come join me in more coaching, or let me know if you need help with anything else. Just go ahead and you can, the descriptions and the chats of all the videos are probably the best ways to really ask questions and get a hold of me. And if anybody wants to ask any questions right now, we're coming towards the end. And thank you so much, Robert, on X, for reposting this stream. I really do appreciate anybody reposting my work and just showing me love, any comments. It really does keep my spirits up. And even my family, too. I get to share with my family, how did the podcast go? How did everybody reciprocate everything? And I've been able to share even with Roxy all the great news. There were so many people in line that wanted the vaccine exemptions. Don't you wish that somebody was out there when we got vaccinated in line showing us that there's religious exemptions? And, she's like, yeah. And so I got to share with her that I did that, and there were people that were wanting it. And so it brings that to her future, and that's the reality that she gets to make and share with others. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And so I'm so grateful. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I hope you find this as valuable as I did. Just remember to go. This is valuable, right? This is stuff that priceless. And so just look up the state law in your state. There's, I wrote an exemption in Utah. And so I looked up Utah state law. Utah was a little bit more lenient. They had a state law for religious exemption. And then they also had a state law that just said your beliefs. They didn't even make you say religion. They had another law for just beliefs, which is who I wrote it for, is a family member that wanted to use that statement. And great, let's use that statement. I quoted the law. I put the exact top with faith or with beliefs. And I put Utah state exemption from vaccines, and with the Utah law that we used, and then the Utah notary, she went and got it notarized. It had no problems. It was for her son to go to work. The work was not accepting anybody unless they were vaccinated. And so she went and used this religious exemption for her son. Her son's over the age of 18, so he had to do it. But we got him the paperwork. He went and got it notarized, and his work didn't ask him anything. They put it into his file, and that was it. And so any state that you're in, you just look up the exemption law in your state, and there could be religious exemptions, medical exemptions, and there could be other exemptions as well, like just like faith and belief. Honestly, even if I am religious, but even if I wasn't religious, I would say I was religious to get my daughter signed under one of these exemptions. It was sad. There was one family that was in the line last weekend, and they wanted to take the paper from me. They did not want to give their kids vaccines, but because it says religious on it, they refused. And I told them, I'm like, it doesn't even ask you what religion. I'm like, what religion do you believe in? Anything that what do you believe in? And call that religion. That it could be even anything you make up. And he almost looked at me like he almost was going to take it. But then he's like, yeah, no, I'm not. No, that's not me. And it's like, dang, it broke my heart, because they're going to go into that room and rather vaccinate their kid than say, like, I'm religious and sign a form. But I would do anything it took. And today's battle is today, and tomorrow's battle is tomorrow. And today, let's make sure that if you don't want you to vaccinate your kids, whatever that takes today, I would do it. And, I would sign these statements that are lies if that's what it took to not make her take a vaccine. But, be sneaky. Put your statement, see attached paper, include your statement with this. So it's not like, oh, I just signed these and that's it. No, see my attached statement of what I really do believe as well. And it is in a religious exemption, so they can only ask you so much because it is our, like, under HIPAA laws and other kind of laws, our medical, uh, our religion, it can't be under question under this. This is just saying I do claim my religion, and a notary is saying that this is true, and I am a notary authorizes that you sign the statement is true, and then you get it notarized saying yes, this statement is true. It's just crazy, like, that I get it. We shouldn't have to do this stuff, but if that's what it takes to win today's battle, then let's do it. Let's do and get these papers in so we don't have to do the exemptions, and then come work and fight with me, and let's stand up and change these exemptions. Let's make them true, or and definitely make sure the 5 states that don't have them, that we start getting them there as well. And so thank you, everybody. Just look up your state law, get a notary. For when it's notarized, it gives it just that much more power that it is a true statement. Anything notarized, you could take it to court. So, are they going to take it to court and say, you said that you really don't believe that this is against your religion? Yes, you could take me to court on that. Like, and I'll show you why and how. But like I said, the schools, except the university, gave me a little bit of a hard time, but then they didn't accept it in the end and told us we didn't need them. None of it made sense. But other than that, the lower age schools, the high school, didn't give me any hard time. It was very easy. So everybody, good luck and many blessings. Pray upon it, and God will get the paperwork through and get you in the right areas and so forth. And let me know if you need any help with that. And I'll close today on reading our devotional. Do you guys, anybody have any questions? We have a good amount of people watching on X. Thank you, everyone. And everybody on Rumble. We have some people on Locals watching. Thank you so much. And I know we'll have everybody watching on Facebook when I post this as well. Because unfortunately, we're getting censored, and Facebook doesn't allow me to stream live. They only allow the recording after. And so that's been fun. But thank you, everybody, so much again for being here. And so we'll close today with reading July 30th is Prepared in Advance. There is surely a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. Proverbs 23:18. God made you. Carefully, intentionally, he made you. And he knew exactly what he was doing and why. Even the desires of your heart are there on purpose to lead the Father's plan for your life. The next time you doubt your worth, remember these words. The next time you question your purpose, look to your passions. What wonderful things did he prepare in advance for you to do? Amen, amen. And that's just so true. We are intentionally made, everything. And what a beautiful prepared in advance. What a beautiful devotional for today, because we are intentionally made. We don't need anything. We have an immune system that was made so we can fight off infections if need be. We have the correct things, urine therapy, red light therapy, chlorine dioxide that are antibacterial, antiviral, antiseptic, get through the pineal gland and more. Watch all kinds of playlists that I have to learn more about those things. Come ask me more questions. Continue to come to my podcast. I have a bunch of links to my Hidden Knowledge podcast playlist in the descriptions below. There's links for RedLife. There's all kinds of links there with information and everything we went over today too. So look at those descriptions for those links and to help you navigate on how to get more information from today's podcast and past podcasts and even future podcasts as well. Keep an eye on my link tree. You guys can subscribe to also get links there. And I try to keep up with sharing all the events and such. Some stuff is last minute and I don't know. And, that's part of praying and asking for Jesus to lead my way. That's my religion is that I'm a Jesus follower. I'm a Jesus follower now. And I understand now how better to do that. I've been doing that the last couple of years, and just like that text, I was planning all this stuff. I'm going to get all these things done, and then all of a sudden I get that text, and the next 3 days were about getting ready to prepare to be able to be there with those vax exemptions. But man, I'm so grateful I did. To hand out 75 of them was just such a big win. And I mean, I want to hand out more. My heart was like, one more kid, one more kid, one more kid. But if I wouldn't have shown up, it wouldn't have been any. And all of those people wouldn't have learned. And some even said, I already got the kids vaccinated. And I'm like, well, these will help you for next year or the next time they even ask. And they took them too. And so it was just all kinds of different people wanting to know more and learn more. And that's exciting. That's exciting because I was like thinking that there's going to be way more negative people, and it was over the top, way more positive people about it. And it shows me too how far our communities have come. And, friends have told me, like Aaron, he said, your community's ready. And I wasn't quite, man, I don't know if the community's ready, but he's right. The community is ready to hear the truth. Our communities are ready. Everybody is like starting to understand more like, hey, these things aren't right. Yep, I was around hundreds of people and only one negative person. And so that just shows like, wow, even here in Nevada on the West Coast where I thought like most of people were still maybe not realizing, what's really in shots and such. But no, there's more people that are realizing. So that is so beautiful. Just trust your bodies, pray about it, know that we are intentionally made. Watch some more of my playlist. That's Life. Has a lot of my playlist on my daily life routines. And then we have red light therapy playlist. Like I was saying, urine therapy, chlorine dioxide, my interviews that I've done with people, interviews that I've been on. And then also watch the 3-part series that I just got done with, the environmental toxin exposures and side effects and how to detox from those things. And so watch that 3-part section. It's really good. And I make CDS through there as well and go through my whole stages of making CDS. And so, which is chlorine dioxide solution. That was really fun to share with you guys too. And so just a lot of knowledge out there, a lot of resources. Just stay focused on your health, detoxing and regenerating and living that lifestyle through prayer, meditation, all the healthy ways. Get those nutrients into the body. Stop eating bad things and bad drinks and substitute that with nutrient-dense foods. And you can find stuff like that on Medical Medium. Great recipes for food, smoothies, and more. And so with that, I leave you guys. This was really important. So that's why I jumped on tonight. I'm going to be a little busy. We won't have our Sunday broadcast, but we will be back. I'll set up our next link as soon as possible so everybody can get notified that I'm going to have our next podcast. And hopefully it'll be with a great guest. I have a few of them coming on. So stay tuned, everybody. You have a blessed rest of your evening and a blessed weekend. And we will see you all soon. All right, everybody. Love you. Bye.